Hey guys, so I'm traveling, but let's not focus on that because this is part 2 of the patterns we learned from TV and really truly need to unlearn. In part 1, I leave the link, I think, here and in description. So in part 1, I talked about patterns, personal life or love life that we learned on TV shows in 19th and early 2000s and truly really need to unlearn. And this video is just like that one, but only about life in general and work environment and friendships. I'll pack my stuff and I'll come back to you. So welcome to the 90s and early 2000s, a place where you can be anything. A superhero, a star, a shy girl that no one notices until they all do. The one for the hottest guy at school, a princess, a warrior princess, anyone, except for a real average human being. I have a feeling you might relate. I sure do. Let's take a look at a few examples. With all my love to TV shows and movies, let's face it, 90s and early 2000s were built on the idea that you have to be special. Main characters are super special and all the rest are simply not worthy of, well, let's see. Let's call this phenomenon superhero and right-hand man. And with superhero, all is clear. He's special and he's super and he's hero. But with the right-hand man, you're not gonna even take him seriously. He's a funny guy, but his story is not important. And I don't mean to audience even, to himself. He doesn't have a story, he doesn't have dreams. His only goal is to serve and he completely accepts it. To translate it to the real world, if you're an introvert and you don't like to show off, you're doomed. Honestly, I loved second comedy reliefs a lot. And I'm really happy that we're matured enough to show how those guys are really awesome. The other stupid idea is that you always have to have a challenge. Simple life is for boring losers. I mean, I get it, it totally makes sense for the movies. On-screen challenge is a basic streaming economy component. But you don't have to struggle all the time. Trust the process, although it makes sense at some points. Chip on the shoulder and everything. If you're too comfortable, you don't grow. So... this is an actual advice that I've read in some young adult bullshit magazine for girls when I was like 12. So let's say if you're a new girl in town, your only option to have a real friendship is if there is someone who is not taken yet. Otherwise, you're doomed. I always thought that Phoebe was kind of a third wheel. And one more thing I love Taylor Swift for is that Phoebe is kind of her favorite character in Friends, according to some Taylor Swift interview. It's just refreshing. Same goes for Amy in Big Bang Theory or Caroline in Vampire Diaries. I'm just saying, you can have as many friends as you want to. How I adored to be a burnout martyr. I mean, I loved Christina Young and Jack Bauer for that matter. Do or die was my motto. My bosses were amazed by me, and I was out of my mind happy to sacrifice for their business goals. I was tired, I was anxious all the time, and I gained weight even, and I'm not body shaming myself, nothing like that, but it wasn't healthy. It's kind of the same superhero story, but told in a different way. You save someone from earning less, I guess. You face challenges, you overcome obstacles, and all of that for, nope, not money, validation, and deserve anything in life actually. No one will respect you if you're not living at your job. I'm so happy we're out of the woods now. Talking about work. Remember Miranda Priestley? Now that's the boss you can whine about all the time. Or House, or Sue from Glee, or this guy, and this one. Basically, every boss in every TV show and in real life, because they're just like that. Okay, this is how this pattern works. Your boss has to be a jerk. That's a given. And they don't give a crap about you or anyone. And your life is spinning around complaining about him or her. It's so common. The whole sitcom was built on this idea. I'm talking about The Office, of course. So what's wrong about it? Well, to avoid saying some general basic stuff like it's toxic, let's look into the details. You're constantly being pushed around. You feel anxious, you can't prioritize your life or health even. If you're lucky enough, your boss will mentor you and teach you how to become wealthy, successful, and toxic like themselves. But to learn that, you need to accept that you're nothing, you can't have an opinion, and your life pretty much doesn't mean anything. You can't disconnect for a sec. True story, I have a friend and her boss gave her a hard time because she didn't take her phone when she was taking a bath at home outside of working hours. On the other hand, you're getting used to complaining and not taking responsibility for your life, and you sort of give your power away. Okay, that sounded too dramatic. Either way, you're losing. But movies and TV shows from 90s and early 2000s made us believe that this is cool, this is how life works, and you can even bond on that basis with your co-workers. What's not to love about it? And finally, one of our all-time favorites, gender stereotypes. So I tried to fit into this damsel in distress thing. I tried to do it sometimes, but I didn't like it. Those infinite jokes about how we're emotional and not rational, and we are emotional, but it doesn't cancel our rationality. And same was for men. Be tough, don't cry, you fight like a girl, you know, all of them. Hey, maybe this is a part of evolution, and now we learn that person can be more than just one thing. I'm not getting into details here. Industry and internet did a good job here. Feminism and gender equality, Me Too and accountability, racial justice and representation, LGBTQ plus rights and visibility, mental health awareness, my favorite, body positivity, anti-perfectionism, disability representation. And at some point, this pendulum did swing a little too far into other direction. Is it too much at times? Yes. Has it become ridiculous at some point? Absolutely. Did it make our lives easier and safer? Yep. Okay guys, that's a wrap. One quick reminder before you go. Here's the link to the first part of this video. Maybe take a look. I talk about partners in personal life or like love life from TV that we need to unlearn. Oh, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.